Hi guys, James at Rampant Lion Reviews again for you today with another beer review. For this one we are going to continue on with the Polish Beer Month that I've been filming for you across May 2016, and for this one we're going to do another craft beer. So we're going to Poznań today and we're going to visit Browar Setka, which literally translates into English as Brewery 100. These guys of course are related to one of the most popular craft beer bars in the city, but today we're having a taste of their Viking Pils, which is a peated Pils beer, so it should be really nice. If you've watched my channel before, you will know that I absolutely love smoked beers and Rauch beers and things like that, so I'm very interested to see what this one's like. It was rated at 97 on Rate Beer, which as I say is always a good measure of what beers are like on this one, but as I said, there was a video in this series where a beer was rated exceptionally low and it was actually quite nice, so take that with a pinch of salt. But this beer was actually rated in the top 50 smoked beers in the world, so I'm really interested to see how this one turns out, and it's only the second kind of smoked Pils beer that I've had. The other one was called Meerbaksöl and it was from here in Sweden, and it was really nice. But a shout out again on this video to Pavel at Piwomaniak in Warsaw on this one. He helped me pick out a lot of these Polish beers that I'm reviewing for you. Really nice beer shop in the middle of Warsaw, very nice guy, big metalhead just like me, and he really knows his stuff. So if you're interested in Polish beer and you find yourself in Warsaw, go and check out his store. The link to the Facebook page for it is in the description below, so make sure you check that out. But anyway, as is usual with my reviews then, I'll tell you a little bit about the brewery. If you want to get straight to the tasting, just fast forward. All the usual websites are in the description below. The brewery website, the link to my future reviews I'll do from Browar Setka. Very first time I'm trying one of their beers of course, and there's all the usual social media. Go and check that out. If you want to see more beer reviews, do subscribe to the channel, and to those of you living in Poland and watching in Poland, I do apologise in advance for any bad Polish pronunciations. Very, very difficult language to pronounce, which I'm sure you know, but please do get in touch and let me know some of your favourite Polish beers and breweries. I've really enjoyed this Polish Beer Month because the standard of beer that comes out of Poland is really high. The craft beer is outstanding, the regional beers are really good as well, and I've even been surprised by the quality of some of the macro beers as well. So yeah, do get in touch and let me know the other Polish beers that I should be reviewing. But anyway, to tell you about Browar Setka, so as I mentioned, these guys are based in Poznań and the company was founded by 4 friends. So this is Seweryn Helak, Wojciech Frajcik, Grzegorz Stalkurski, and also Maciek Kazmierczyk. So Wojciech and Seweryn are apparently, they deal with the brewing and recipe side of things with the brewery, while Maciek deals with the marketing and PR, and Grzegorz is the one who distributes the beer. But the brewery are one of the many contract craft breweries in Poland, so they brew most of their beers at another facility. It's the same kind of concept as the Phantom Brewers here in Sweden or the Gypsy Brewers over in Denmark. They don't own their own brewery as of yet, so they brew using the spare capacity at other breweries, and these guys brew most of their beers at Browar Setka. So the company are based primarily in Poznań, as I mentioned to you, and there is also the Setka pub. I couldn't figure out whether it's still open or whether it actually closed. The article, the translated version of the article I used wasn't too clear, but there was the Setka pub, which is a very, very popular craft beer bar in the city of Poznań, and it basically was a very popular place, and the guys behind that obviously very passionate about craft beer, so they went and formed their own brewery. So really, really cool actually. But there is a good range of beers from these guys. If you check out the Rate Beer profile, there's about 10 different styles there, and they're all rated very, very high, so pretty much you can pick a style you want from these guys and you will enjoy it. There was one beer that was meant to taste a little bit like mojitos as well, so they do like to experiment a lot and try different things with their beer. So if you're into something that's really quite different, then I guess Browar Setka are a very good place for you to start. This beer, like I mentioned, was rated well into the 90s, so I'm sure you are not going to be disappointed. But let's actually get on to the tasting of this one then. So this guy is a 5% smoked Pils beer. It's hopped with Pioneer and Flyer hops. I know Pioneer's from England. I've never tried Flyer hops before, but it's got a malt base of Pilsen, peated, Munich and Carapils malts, and it also says on the back here, it says that I think there's some, I don't know if there was paleo malts in this one, but it says the yeast strain on this one is Bohemian Lager WY2124. But you can see it's got some really nice artwork. I'll just bring up the camera and let you have a look at that quickly. You can see there is the Browar Setka symbol. You can see the nice Viking longboat and the Viking warrior just on the shore there. But it's very nicely presented. There is a little bit of a blurb on the side in Polish, and I'll just read that to you quickly because I have the English translation. It says here, "We have a theory that when Ragnar Lodbrok went to Valhalla, the first thing he did was to open a beer that their smoked aromas reminded him of the battles fought and fires burning on conquered territories. His honour was established Viking Pils, drink worthy of a true warrior." So I think that's what it says here just on the back, and it tells you a little bit about Browar Setka and to go and check them out and things. Plain bottle cap on this one, so we'll get it out and into the glass. This should be a really nice beer. As you'll know if you've watched my channel, I absolutely love smoked beers, and this was one that Pavel recommended that I really needed to have a look at. So you can see a nice smoky opening on this one. But as I mentioned, there was a beer that I tried, which I think it was from Sweden, and I did have a kind of smoked Pils before. Smoked beers, we're getting more and more of these in Scotland as well, but smoked beers, of course, the idea, as far as I know, originates from Bamberg in Germany. My friend stays there, so I'm lucky enough that I can go and visit, but you have the Bamberg Rauch malt, so it should be quite nice, but this one's a bit different. This is a peated, probably going to be more an earthy, peaty flavour rather than a nice meaty smoked flavour, so it should be an interesting one. As you can see, this beer has poured a really nice, kind of quite bright orangey amber colour actually. There was a quarter finger of a frothy white head, but it's faded away just to be a very thin foamy layer. There's quite a bit of carbonation visible in this one, some big bubbles sticking towards the side of the glass, but quite a lot of little ones just going up towards the bottom side of the head there. You can see the beer is quite opaque, but it doesn't have too much in the way of transparency to it, but you can see there is a certain level, but quite opaque, but it looks very nice. Let's have a look at the aroma of this one then. Yeah, as soon as you smell this beer, the first thing that jumps out at you is the earthy, peaty character. Yeah, you can smell a little bit of the caramel in there, but it's really that kind of grassy earthiness that just jumps out at you right away. It smells really nice. If we sugar it up a little bit more, yeah, if you sugar it up a bit more, you start to get more of the kind of sweeter, caramelly and slightly biscuity malts coming out of this one. There's definitely a bready malt base to this, but really everything is overpowered by the smoke. They've really not kind of chickened out, I guess you could say, when it comes to the smoke malt. This beer smells beautiful, but of course I'm a little bit biased when it comes to smoked beers. I absolutely love them. But yeah, that smells really, really nice. You're not getting much else from this one other than smoke. There's maybe a little bit of a noble hoppy character, a little bit of earthy hop, you know, some kind of grassiness too. But otherwise it's all about these earthy, peaty smoke characters. There's a little bit of caramel, a little bit of biscuity character, maybe some bready base, just a sort of bready malt base to it. But other than that, it's not too complex. As you see, Pils beers aren't the most complex of aromas. But this one, of course, is kind of overloaded with this peaty, earthy character. The peaty character, rather than the smoky, kind of rauchy character, of course, is very distinguishable because of these earthy notes. So as I always say, just take a little bit of time and smell the beer before you actually try it. But we will get stuck into this one now. It's not the most complex of aromas, but if you love smoked beers, you will actually love this one. So let's get stuck into this beer. So this one is the Viking Pils, a peated Pils style beer. It comes in at 5% from Browar Setka in Poznań in Poland. Skål, na zdrowie. Oh yeah. Now that is another damn good beer. I can see right away why this one is so highly rated. You know, sometimes with smoked beers, the likes of Schlenkerla and things, you can only really drink one of them to appreciate it properly. But this is really nice. This is very, very good. It's a nice, sessionable, smoky beer. This is like, you know, this is like my idea of Valhalla, I guess you could say. Yeah, that is a damn good beer. If you enjoy smoked beers, then, you know, you need to try this beer for yourself. This is really, really good. Big thumbs up to Browar Setka on this one. Yeah. So as I always say with these beers, sugar the beer around your palate a little bit and just let the whole mouth adjust to it. Because this especially when you've got big malt forward beers like this one, you really just need to let the whole palate adjust to these. And this one is absolutely beautiful. The aftertaste is really interesting too. It's this really dark, earthy, peaty character that just lingers in the middle of the tongue. That's lovely. I mean, if you enjoy your smoked beers and you like the more earthy, peaty character, you will enjoy this. If you're looking to get into craft beer from something like whiskey as well, this is an ideal beer to try. Damn, that is good. That is really, really good. So the middle of your palate, you've got a sort of almost pale malt character that just blankets the middle of your tongue, and everything else builds on top of that. There's a little bit of caramelly sweetness, a bit of a kind of grainy, biscuity character, but what's interesting is this, when the peaty, earthy character just comes in, it blankets over everything. There's actually a bit of a kind of dry, almost bitter character to it, which is very interesting, and that stays there well into the aftertaste. It just lingers and sits there. It's really, really nicely done. That's a really, really good beer. There's no two doubts about that. Beautifully done. Around the edges of the palate, in the back corners, there's some earthy hop character in there. When you come further forward, it's a bit smoother and a bit grassy, but at the front corners, there's just a little bit of that floral character. The Pioneer hop, of course, as I said, was English, so the earthy characters that you get from English hops are probably quite a good complement to the malt base that are in this beer. The Flyer hops I can't say I've tried before, so I don't know too much about those. But yeah, everything in this beer just blends together really well. Of course, the peaty flavours are a bit of an acquired taste. It's something that you need to get used to. Like if you're like me and you enjoy sort of smoky and peaty whiskies, then you will enjoy this beer. This is very, very good, no doubt about that. But yeah, I mean, you have to try this for yourself. This is such a unique kind of Pils beer. It's definitely, as I mentioned, I tried a kind of smoked lager or smoked Pils-ish beer from a brewery here in Sweden, but this one kind of, it quite easily wipes the floor with that one. This is a very, very good beer. Yeah, that's beautiful. The thing that I can say about this beer, it is quite an acquired taste, this one. I love it. But those of you that are trying this for the first time, the peaty character, the earthy peaty character that you get from this is definitely an acquired taste. So just be prepared for that if you've never tried this style of beer before. It's very dark and the earthiness just kind of lingers there. The malt base is actually quite bitter and it works really well. So yeah, try this one for yourself and see what you think. I think it's really, really good. I can see why this beer is so highly rated. If you enjoy smoked beers, then you'll enjoy this one. If you enjoy particularly the more kind of earthy, peaty side of smoked beers, then you will enjoy this. Another beer that's kind of similar to this that I could recommend actually is the Fenrir Tadriktur, which is from Borg Brughus in Iceland. That was a really interesting one. This beer has a lot of the same character that does. That, of course, was the beer that they had where they smoked the malt. They basically took the smoke that they did with the malt and they put it through this structure that was coated with sheep shit. So you had this really earthy, grassy, smoky, peaty character in the beer, and it was really nice. And this beer reminds me of that a lot. So go and check out my review of Fenrir Tadriktur from Borg Brughus in Iceland. That's another very similar beer to this one, and I love this style. So a huge thumbs up to Browar Setka. Pardon me on this one. This is really lovely stuff. So yeah, give this guy a go for yourself. Some nice smooth hoppy character, earthy then grassy and floral at the front. The malt base is interesting, some sweet caramel, a little bit of biscuit. But overall it's just that peaty, earthy character that really comes out in this one. You can get some of the bready flavours as well, but this is a very, very good beer. Make no mistake about that. In terms of the mouthfeel, this one, I'd say this one's a bit mid-bodied. It's a little bit heavier than you would normally expect for a Pils, but that's probably the kind of earthy, peaty character that's giving it that extra body. A nice little bit of hoppy dryness to this one, but overall very smooth. The malt base on this has a good bit of sweetness too, but like I say, there is a bit of kind of dry, bitter character too, and it does have quite an oily mouthfeel to it, this one. but that helps bring out some of these earthy, smoky characters, and it works really, really well. As I said, I've really enjoyed this beer, so I certainly wouldn't hesitate to drink it again, nor would I hesitate to try more of these beers from Browar Setka. From what I hear, these guys are producing some really excellent stuff, so hopefully I can review more of their beers for you fairly soon. But in the meantime, the PT Pils, the Viking Pils, is a damn awesome beer, and I would recommend that you try it. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this beer review. I'd highly recommend this one to people who like, for example, Fenrir Tabdriktur from Borgbrughus in Iceland. That's a very good beer. If you enjoy earthy, kind of peaty, smoky beers, like if you enjoy the likes of Sati and things like that, this one's a little bit different. But if you enjoy the smoked beers that have that type of smoke flavour to them, I'm sure you will enjoy this beer. This is very, very good, and I can see exactly why it's so highly rated. But if you have tried this beer for yourself, let me know your own thoughts on it in the comments section below. Let me know your own thoughts on your favourite beers from this brewery as well. Always interesting to hear those, and that way I know which beers to try from these guys the next time I do a review. But thank you once again for watching. Until the next time, please like, subscribe, share, all the usual YouTube stuff, comment in the section below, and check out all my social media things. This beer has been really awesome, so until the next time, go and check out Browar Setka, try the Viking Pils, and try some of their other beers too. I hear they're all very highly rated. But thanks again for watching. This beer is for fans of smoked beers, nice peaty beers. But thank you for watching once again, and I will catch you soon. Go and check out Browar Setka from Poznań in Poland. I hope you're enjoying this Polish beer month, and I will catch you with the next video tomorrow. Skål.